So I'm Dr. Shuaib Shai speaking to you. As usual, I'm here to share with you ABC whatever I know and to answer to your question because a lot of my friends who are truth seeking, truth seekers and psychologists or mostly university students, they ask me certain questions that you present so many data in Urdu, but we are unable to understand it. Would you please just explain some of the main thing about it in these English programs? So I'm here uh, take care of your feelings. And the topic which I'm going to consider today, although it covers so many new things in it, it is the role of religion for human innovation in the fast capitalist society. We are talking about this society who has no doubt with the IT and technology, science has gone so ahead in this field that the man has just looking having discoveries around the world, but he is least concerned about his inner self because in his inner self he has certain limitation. Even psychologists, whosoever this we are human being, we are creator of we are the output of the creator, and so we are creatures. So creature just know having limitation. You have seen in various kind of program in that respect. So I'm going to see that why in this present world, when everything is under control, human being have gone beyond their limits. This is the reason that there's a lot of problem. Nobody is happy with any person. Even you see, I use the words Zaluman, Jahula, that's right. And we are very cruel, we are very hard, we are very tough to the poor people, underdeveloping countries, or and we say we know everything, but indirectly we only know ourselves, not even ourselves, we only know some of ourselves because we are not aware about it. Because if you would have been aware about that self, you had realized the feeling of other people and you have thought 10 times 100 times before hurting others, mean countries, other nation, other races, other religion, and the other people, or even other part of your state. I mean, even other people in your own home, because we are self-centered and we are by nature very I may say fond of money, power, and control over other thing. So in this respect, it's very important to know this thing. Now, the knowledge which we have, it is not so authentic. Reason this is a subjective knowledge. I'm not talking about the science, technology, and IT, which is like a solid thing. I'm talking about the mankind, which has spirit, which has ruh, which has a kind of feeling, knowing, thinking, and these kind of things. These are not in our control because they are stored, and there are various kind of mental picture with the own we have associated with a kind of feeling. So whenever we are talking, thinking, these various kind of data from the past, from the future affairs, past affairs, they come and become dominant, and we are distracted, or we are become subjective, and our perception is not so clear. So that's the reason I say we have to consider from that point of view, from scientific point of view, in this respect, objectively, not subjectively, because every person has his own kind of programming since birth. So everybody is perceiving the things from his own glasses. So we have to see what is the reality in human being and why we are away and why we are not, developing. There is no human innovation. There is other scientific progress. A lot of things have come, unbelievable kind of facilities and unbelievable kind of new contribution of the scientists. But the question is this: the spiritualistic aspect, moralistic aspect, and ethical values has gone with the time, with the technology, IT, because they are superseded over it. So another way you can say where you apply your intellectual skills but left behind in spell of your own emotions, instincts, and your own uh, personal wishes, power, and grabbing other people, which I have discussed with you. and before thinking, they have a deep impact on us, and it is therefore we are so much, I may say, surrounded with our own self and our wishes that we don't understand other people. We don't care about it. Self survival. Why I should bother about other people? Because I'm only concerned me, me, and me. This me has just ruined the whole world, and this me has become so dominant. The more you are in power, your me is more crushing other human being, and this is the reason sometimes the people say the superpowers are due to their power they are crushing the other human being. Mean more of the half of the world is under pressure of these superpowers. So we have to see they are also human beings. If you see the history, a lot of big nations came with the time and disappeared with the time. So we must see our history also, mankind history. So those who are, you are just crushed today, maybe tomorrow they may become the master of you. So we should understand each other. That's my mission to tell you. Before I may start, lastly I must say, if we care and reset our priorities, deeds, action with reasoning to control self and then deal with the people, then we will be the most successful people. It isn't this, then we will have a kind of a mental peace, stability, cool, and we are aware about other people. So in this respect, those in the beginning I told you with the word, people ask me about nafse lawama and nafse mutmainna. I told a lot of things. Nafse lawama mean our instinctive needs, the wishes, and the impulsivity in the mankind, or animalism, you may also say, the lower level. Then come nafse lawama, I mean your reasoning inside using your, I may say, all intellectual functioning power to make a decision. But what happened? It is overruled by the our instinctive needs that we forget everything. We all know I eat, drink, enjoy, have fun, have sex, this and that, and make more money, and this is all the money, and this is all the life. Because if we have this thinking, what is the difference between an animal and human being? So I have to go ahead and think in that way. Beside that, I will start from this point of view. In every religion, we have anniversaries. In every country, they enjoy the big days. So we am going to talk about that big day, which is the common in all Abrahamic religion. That all the religion, big religion, Islam, Judaism, Christianity has come from Hazrat Ibrahim. So we have to go and study what he said and what he has created an insight about us, that what we are and what we are not. I will go very fast because the time would be very coming, and I have a lot of things to share with you. Let us come with this way. When he was born, he was not knowing what is God. His father was. He used to make idols and used to sell, and he was well known about that one. He said, "Oh, Dad, what you are making? They have no senses. Why you are praying to God?" He asked, "Shut up, my son." Then when he come in this world and then he saw what is the superpower, and I narrated with you in the past, he saw the stars, he is the biggest, then the moon, then the sun, then he said, no, these are all timely coming and going. So then what happened? Then he said, no, there is a superpower is controlling all these things. So from there, then his next story was when all the people are gone, and he went over there, and there were idol. He broken all of them, but the biggest one, he put the ass on it, and then he came home. And the people came and say, "Who had done it?" He said, "Somebody say it is Ibrahim. He used to do like this thing." They have brought him and say, "Well, you have your God. These are your God. They are not eating. They can't answer you. Ask them question. They can't speak you. Then why you obey him? Why you are taking superpower when you are made from your own hand?" From there, the story keep on going. Then what happened later on when he was placed in a fire and he saved, and then he left that city, and then he was married with a lady. I'm just giving you this detail. One must be doing this thing in order to understand what I'm going to talk about the big day. So what happened? Then he was, yeah, married with a very nice lady, Hajra, and but he has no children. According to rule, when he came in a country, and the king was Namrud, he said, he that I'm big power. He said, no, you are not big power. Can you do, I may say, sun to rise from the west? Then you are looking his face. Oh, I see. Then he gave him a maid servant. He married it. Then he has the children. Now, from here, my story start with you very fastly. Then he married. His wife was pregnant. Her name was Hajra. And then when he said, and I said, I'm going back, I have an important meeting. When he went over there, what happened? In that pregnancy time, she delivered the child and he has no water and this and that. Then she was crying and running. The uh, baby was crying and he needed water. So after 7 rounds, then when he came, he saw the water is coming from the feet of the baby, newly born baby. That is called, the water from where the story start. That is in Makkah, and then when he came, Hazrat Ibrahim, and he just his son was very small, very loving, caring. Now see the sacrificing. Was he sacrificed and left over there when he came? Then he have a dream. He saw the God is ordering you just sacrifice the biggest person, biggest your dearest thing in this world. He said, this is the only thing for which I am living. So he took his son Ishmael and put his knife uh, to kill him. He asked for his son. Oh God, do it because you have been. Oh my father, do it as God has told you to do it. But it was placed with the lamb, and then from there this system continued. Then again, that gentleman he raised the Kaaba, and then he became the most known, and the God ordered them the people will come to you and raise over here, and that's the reason there's formalities going on over here. My main concern to tell you this thing, you see, human being think differently. God has his own planning. But he was knowing what is going to happen, how this place is going to start, how the people will have Hajj, how they will I may say, have this special day to sacrifice a lamb in the name of Allah. Mean it was a continuity of that big prophet who has done this thing. And that's the reason he is the base founder of this religion. So my main concern is I always talk to bring the religion together, not taking them away. Now, what you see in this respect, what is the main difference between the religion and the human needs? The religion comes just to control the mankind to have a balance and straight path. He should not be an extremist. In religion, extremity means abnormality, same as in psychology. When you are extremist, you are abnormal. So what you say, Allah say, you enjoy the life, but you come within the control. Mean you should have right and duty, take care each other and help the poor people, share with each other and have a happiness, get together and live like a social human being and share with those who are poor, who are deprived, and this is the base of that system. Now, if you compare with the present, I may say, capitalism, where it has gone. If you give somebody, you give them a loan and you crush them from IMF and you crush that country and you say we are helping because we are helping and we will have less. But they put so much condition in giving that loan, those countries are just going with the wind and they are going down, down and down. Rich are becoming richer and richer, poor are becoming poorer and poor. So what does the religion say? The religion says you feel yourself, you are a human being, you have a needs, you go have fasting, you know what is the condition, feeling of a person who is hungry. If you go and pray to the God, then you say that there is superpower, and then you feel and attach with him, and you feel that he is with me, he will help me. So Allah says, Tawakkaltu ala Allah wa kafa billahi wakila. Those who trust on me, this. The main thing the religion tell you, you should have patience. You should have patience, control yourself. The mankind is unable to control himself. Whatever therapy you may say, this impatience, and if you don't resolve the inner self, there should have balance between the id impulses and ego, and then there is super ego. So this is what I am saying. Id impulses are nafs amara, and ego is nafs lawama and nafs mutmainna. I want to give you this insight. Those who are with the nafs mutmainna, they are carefree. You drink, if God is okay, if not, oh God, I'm happy. They don't run after making fraud, corruption, telling a lie, being a zalim, and they lost their ethical values. They will tell a lie, they will do all the things to get the power. So, what is this? They have just prejudice. They are only self centered. They only go for their own feeling. And your social programming is not helping in that one. And the Quran or the religion, it may Bible, Torah, Zabur, or all those great prophets, they were told the ethical values are the same, training is the same, one God, and you should follow the one master, obey him because he has given you so much thing. You should pray to him, and he will give you peace. If you have a trust on him and you are fear about the doing bad thing, then you will be the best person, you will be a disciplined person. So religion gives you discipline, insight to have self-innovation. You should not be physically grown, but you're spiritually you are still down to the earth because you are thinking at the animal level. So my main concern is we should be big inside, not outside, and you should have a greatness, a forgiveness, helping each other, and we should have control on ourselves, and you should not be disobedient to your Lord. And those who are doing any kind of wrong thing, it may be flashy sexual affairs, it may be telling a lie, or it may be, I may say, theft, it may be any kind of illegal or immoral thing. Religion is against it because you want to purify you. Well, how is purifying you? It's purifying you in this way that you should not be extremist. He will give you. He says in Surah, it is written, Hud, in Quran, even the animal, even the insect, he has also, I give him food every day. He's not taking over his shoulder, but we are worse than an animal or bird. We are looking our store, store, store. We know that they are more than enough, but you have insecurity, you have no insight, and you are looking on the apparent thing, but your inner self is going down day by day. So in order to have innovation, why we should do, we should the best character. We should be the rational people. We should be using senses, and we should be follow the middle path, and we should be looking help from the God who has created us. And on the day of judgment, it's going to ask you. Those people who understand that there is an authority. We are not born by our own self, and he is controlling our whole system. They must understand that the same authority is with you. He has only given you freedom of choice. But he will ask you on the day of judgment, oh man, I have given you this, 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 and you never followed it. And then say, oh God, I'm so sorry. So if you open these books and read what are the moral ethical value to have the self-innovation, it is the best for you to follow these things. In the book, I'm going to give you some saying. Oh, my friend, these are the facts which I narrated to you. Please don't mind. It is the general word I have just shared with you. You just start talking to yourself and have daily self accountability and see how much I am animal and how much I am dignified human being, which has been blessed with the knowledge and insight. Because only those living beings who have the insight, they perceive, they test, and they check the thing. So don't become just like a falling one thing or the other. And I think these are my main thing. If you apply in your practical life, it will help you to further see what is the reality of life. I will keep on answering to your questions from time to time. And please, if you feel uncomfortable, give me an question, ask me a question. I will try to satisfy you whatever ABC I know it. Thank you very much for your precious time. I'm sorry the time is I have taken too much, for which I'm very sorry for it. God will bless you mental peace. Share mental peace. Peace is around you. If you, I give you peace and I can love and warmth, and you give me back, so this life will be very peaceful, loving, and caring. Otherwise, everybody will fighting each other, killing and snatching and fighting and gathering, holding under insecurity because your inner self is very weak and empty. God will give me insight and also to you, and let us see what is the best way is to follow the middle path. Thank you very much for your precious time.